GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action. Live from the GMNA News Center, this is the Lunch Break News Hour.
Good afternoon, I'm CJ Waterhouse. A tragic two-vehicle crash on Route 105 in the Aotearoa has left 2 dead, while Montreal traffic snarls continue with highway closures and metro hiccups. And a resident's $40 inaccessible parking ticket is sparking a city-wide accessibility push. Over to you, Jeff.
This Saturday, Montreal's Pride Festival hosts the Word $T Girl AT Pride Dance Party, featuring girl pop and hyperpop artists across multiple downtown venues.
The event runs from early evening until midnight, offering free entry for the first 2 hours and a curated lineup announced earlier this week.
Venue partners include Le Saint Laurent and Quai des Brumes, both equipped with high-capacity sound systems and dedicated spaces for dance performances and visual art installations.
Lots to get to. Let's begin our show, diving into the stories shaping Montreal today with the same energy we just heard. Here are our top stories.
A two-vehicle collision on Route 105 in the Aotearoa region left 2 dead and several injured Friday. Police are investigating the cause. Matthew Lachance has the full story.
A two-vehicle collision on Route 105 in the Aotearoa region turned deadly Friday afternoon. Police say a southbound semi-truck and a northbound passenger vehicle collided near kilometer marker 23, sending both vehicles into a spin. Emergency crews arrived within minutes, extracting the driver of the passenger car, who was pronounced dead at the scene, along with the truck driver, also deceased. Several occupants were taken to nearby hospitals with injuries ranging from minor cuts to serious trauma. The Quebec Provincial Police have closed the highway while investigators piece together the cause, and traffic is being rerouted through alternate routes. No further details have been released pending the investigation. Matthew Lachance, GMNA News, Aotearoa.
Resident in Rowan, Noranda received a $40 parking ticket after a coin-operated meter proved inaccessible, highlighting ongoing barriers for those with limited dexterity in Quebec towns. Charlie Rousseau has the full story.
Charlie Rousseau was issued a $40 parking ticket in June after she tried to pay at a coin-operated meter that she could not reach. The meter's slot sits low on the curb, and Rousseau, who has limited hand strength, found she could not grasp the coins or insert them. Because the payment method was unusable, the officer wrote the fine despite her inability to comply. The incident adds to growing complaints from residents in smaller Quebec towns that still rely on outdated coin meters, which many say create barriers for people with reduced dexterity. Local advocates are now urging municipal officials to install card readers or mobile pay options to prevent similar situations. Matthew Lachance, GMNA News, Rowan, Noranda.
Gatineau launches a pilot homelessness strategy aiming to cut shelter reliance, a move the city hopes will serve as a provincial model amid CAQ criticism and an upcoming October election. Nadia Bellafuel has the full story.
The city of Gatineau has rolled out a pilot program designed to cut chronic homelessness by pairing temporary housing with intensive case management and job training. Officials say the model will track participants for 12 months, measuring exits from shelters and stable employment outcomes. The approach comes as the provincial coalition Avenir Quebec faces mounting criticism over its handling of homelessness, and the city hopes the results will offer a template for other municipalities before the provincial election on 5 October. Municipal leaders emphasized collaboration with local agencies and community groups, while provincial authorities have pledged to review the data for possible wider adoption. Mayor Denise Larocque highlighted the need for data-driven solutions and urged residents to support the initiative. Nadia Bellafuel, GMNA News, Gatineau. Construction has kicked off on the Port of Montreal's new container terminal in Contrecoeur, boosting capacity as part of the multi-year expansion slated for completion by 2030. Ramai Gaudreau has the full story.
Construction crews broke ground this month on the Port of Montreal's latest expansion, a new container terminal rising on the banks of the St. Lawrence in Contrecoeur. The project, slated to run through 2030, will add several berths and modern handling equipment designed to boost the port's cargo capacity. Heavy earth-moving equipment is already shaping the shoreline, while steel frameworks are being erected for the terminal's storage yards. Officials say the development will support growing trade volumes and create dozens of jobs in the region. The work follows a series of upgrades aimed at keeping Montreal competitive as a gateway for North American freight today. Ramai Gaudreau, GMNA News, Contrecoeur.
A series of cycling races will run from September 5 to October 4, causing heightened traffic congestion across Montreal's main commuter routes. Organizers cite past events' impact on flow. Colette Barbeau has the full story.
From September 5 through October 4, the city will see a series of organized bike races crisscrossing major arteries. Streets like St. Laurent, Sherbrooke, and the downtown stretch of Rue will be partially closed each weekend, with detours posted early each morning. Commuters can expect slower travel times, especially on the east-west corridors where the courses weave between traffic lanes. Police and event staff will be on hand to direct vehicles and pedestrians, but bottlenecks are likely near the start-finish zones near the Old Port. Residents are being urged to check real-time traffic apps before heading out. The races are part of Montreal's annual cycling calendar, which routinely reshapes the flow of cars for a few weeks. Colette Barbeau, GMNA News, Montreal. Later, we'll see why Montreal police pulled a controversial surveillance camera after a media report and its privacy impact. We will be right back. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes, the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
Welcome back. Municipal leaders across Quebec are urging provincial parties to prioritize homelessness, housing, and infrastructure as the election campaign approaches, seeking greater influence on future policies. Colette Barbeau has the full story.
Municipal leaders across the province are gathering in town halls and council chambers, pressing every major party to put local concerns front and center as the provincial election kicks off. They're pointing to rising homelessness, a shortage of affordable housing, and crumbling infrastructure, demanding that these issues shape party platforms and future policies. In meetings this week, mayors and councillors presented data on shelter occupancy and road conditions, urging candidates to commit concrete resources. With the campaign set to launch within weeks, the push reflects a coordinated effort to make municipal voices heard before the political agenda solidifies. Officials say local problems cannot wait for a distant vote. Colette Barbeau, GMNA News, Montreal. Montreal police have dismantled a high-powered surveillance camera after Radio Canada revealed its location, sparking criticism of the city's surveillance program. The removal follows public outcry over its advanced capabilities. Matthew Lachance has the full story.
The police department has taken down a high-powered surveillance camera that was quietly mounted in a downtown intersection. The device, installed last year as part of a citywide monitoring program, drew criticism for its ability to capture detailed facial data. After Radio Canada aired a report exposing the camera's location and capabilities, officers arrived on August 14th with a crew and dismantled the equipment. Officials said the removal was a precaution while they review the program's compliance with privacy guidelines. No arrests were made, and the camera's footage has been secured pending further investigation. The unit, equipped with night vision lenses and a zoom range far beyond standard traffic cameras, was identified as one of the most advanced pieces in the municipal network. Matthew Lachance, GMNA News, Montreal.
A possible strike by 230 municipal park maintenance workers could disrupt services at Montreal's Jean-Drapeau Park, raising concerns over park operations and visitor access. Colette Barbeau has the full story.
Negotiations are stalling for the municipal crew that keeps Jean-Drapeau Park open, and a strike could begin as soon as next week. The workforce numbers 230 maintenance employees, all of whom handle everything from landscaping to restroom upkeep across the island venue. If they walk out, visitors could see playgrounds close, pathways left unplowed, and waste collection halted. City officials say they are working to avoid disruption, but the union has warned that without a new contract, the staff may vote to walk off the job. The park, a major summer destination for families and tourists, remains fully operational for now while talks continue. Colette Barbeau, GMNA News, Jean Drapeau. Montreal city officials have secured a court order permitting municipal inspectors to enter a downtown building alleged to house illegal, windowless, and unsanitary rental units, according to a city lawyer. Matthew Lachance has the full story.
City inspectors have received a court order to step inside a downtown Montreal building that officials suspect houses illegal rental units. The property is said to contain cramped, windowless rooms that fail basic health standards, with reports of filth and inadequate ventilation. Municipal authorities say the move is part of a broader effort to clamp down on unlicensed apartments that jeopardize tenant safety. Lawyers for the property owner have challenged the entry, but a judge ruled the city can proceed to verify the conditions and enforce any violations. The inspection aims to document the state of the units and determine whether they breach housing codes. Matthew Lachance, GMNA News, Montreal.
Quebec police departments are posting an increasing number of artificial intelligence-generated images on their social media channels, sparking debate over authenticity and public trust. Colette Barbeau has the full story.
Police departments across the province are now flooding social media feeds with images produced by artificial intelligence tools. From the Sûreté du Québec headquarters to municipal forces in smaller towns, the posts feature stylized portraits of suspects, reconstructed crime scenes, and simulated evidence, all labeled as official updates. Officers say the technology helps fill gaps when photographic material is unavailable, but the rapid rise in such content has sparked questions among the public and watchdog groups about verification and potential misuse. The trend emerged earlier this year and has accelerated, with daily uploads now a routine part of many forces' online outreach. Officials stress the images are intended for illustrative purposes only. Colette Barbeau, GMNA News, Montreal. Let's check your afternoon forecast with our weather team so you can plan the rest of your day.
A robust high-pressure ridge, thinned by a swift western jet, dictates today's clear, modestly warm pattern. On this date, the city's all-time heat record stands at 28.7 degrees Celsius, set during the unprecedented late summer surge of 2020. That spike broke a long-standing trend of milder summers and was driven by a stalled ridge that funneled warm air from the interior. The cold record, 11.6 degrees Celsius, fell in a sharp Arctic dip of 2019 when a polar vortex lobe pushed frigid air southward. By comparison, today's climatological normals sit around 22 degrees high and 13 degrees low, a modest middle ground. The live radar shows a clean swath of clear echoes across southern Quebec, with no precipitation bands in sight. A dominant high-pressure ridge holds the air dry, while the fast western jet streams aloft act as a ceiling that suppresses upward motion. With the ridge slowly eroding, only isolated clouds may drift in later this evening, but the map remains quiet for now. I now turn to today's outlook. At noon, the temperature reads 16 degrees with a mainly clear sky and a humidity of 74%. The wind is a gentle 12 kilometers per hour from the northwest, keeping the air fresh. A high-pressure system dominates the region, but it is slowly falling, allowing the atmosphere to become a touch more unsettled as the afternoon progresses. Overhead, a powerful western jet stream races at 176 kilometers per hour, reinforcing the ridge and limiting cloud development. The UV index stands at 4, indicating modest solar intensity. Temperatures will climb to 22 degrees by mid-afternoon before easing back toward 21 as the sun sets. No weather alerts are in effect. Looking ahead, Sunday will break the weekend with a high of 22 degrees and a low of 13, but the sky turns overcast and 70% of the area will see rain. Monday follows a similar pattern, climbing to 24 degrees at peak while dropping to 18, while half of the region experiences showers. Tuesday remains warm at 25 degrees with a comfortable 18-degree low, and the clouds stay thick but precipitation eases. Wednesday cools to 22 degrees, low 16, and a light rain band brings 45% chances across the city. Thursday offers a brief reprieve. Clear skies return, temperatures hold at 22 highs and 16 lows, and only 20% chance of stray showers. The jet stream will gradually shift north, allowing the ridge to rebuild. And that's your weather. Remember, the lunch break is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Amazon Music or wherever you get your podcasts.
Up next, we break down today's heavy traffic snarls, preview the last Montreal party, and discuss the Habs' disappointing trades. We will be right back. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes, the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
Northbound traffic on the 15 at Avenue Plamondon is halted after a broken-down vehicle blocked the lane. Drivers must detour onto the 35 eastbound or use Boulevard St. Laurent to rejoin the freeway. A second major slowdown runs between Boulevard Henry Bourassa and the Laurentides interchange, with stop-and-go flow. A minor bottleneck remains at the Laurentides interchange toward the 40 West. Construction on Atwater Avenue continues to close a lane, adding minutes through downtown. On the Metro, the Green Line is out of service at Barrie-UQAM due to a signal failure. Expected back by 12:30 p.m., the Orange Line runs reduced service between Lionel Graux and Mont Royal while track work proceeds. At Université Station, platform screen doors are inspected, so trains pause for 5-minute intervals. Bus 747, the Airport Express, reports delays as traffic clogs the Descaries Expressway. Overall, expect longer travel times on the 15 and downtown routes this morning. Consider the 24 north or 22 east to bypass the worst congestion.
Lasso Montreal is rocking Parc Jean Drapeau today, a country music festival that brings Thomas Rhett, Mumford & Sons, John Party, and more, the perfect soundtrack for a summer afternoon. If you're craving a retro vibe, Gimme Gimme Disco spins at Theatre Fairmount, a glitter-filled dance party that will have you moving to classic beats all night. For a bold, high-energy night, we're $T Girl AT Pride lights up Centerville's Eligil Bar, delivering girl pop and hyperpop tracks for anyone who loves to dance on the edge. Look up this evening, Montreal is set for a partial solar eclipse and the Perseid meteor shower, a free celestial show that turns the sky into a glittering spectacle. And later this week, Plaza St. Hubert's Block Party rolls out from August 20th to 23, with street sales, live DJs, and Latino workshops, a weekend you'll want to mark on your calendar. And now here's Jason with sports. The Habs' offseason moves, rising prospects, and Slavkovsky's honors shape Montreal's outlook. Kent Hughes' trade ledger continues to sting. Most acquisitions have failed to stick, leaving holes in the blue line and forward depth. The only bright spots this summer are the new deals for rookie netminder Jakub Dobish and forward Ivan Demidov, whose contracts signal a focus on homegrown talent. Timofey Runso lands at 21 on the Habs' under 25 list after Montreal's aggressive four-spot trade up in the second round of the 26th draft. The move adds a high-ceiling winger to a forward group still searching for a consistent top-6 option. Juraj Slavkovsky becomes the first honorary citizen of Budimir and captures his 4th Slovakian Hockey Player of the Year award, cementing his status as Montreal's marquee forward. Those accolades raise expectations for his leadership as the Habs head into a pivotal training camp. Stay tuned as the Canadiens chase consistency this season. Thanks, Jason. Good food, headquartered in the heart of the Ville-Marie district, has been a staple for Montreal families looking for convenient, home-cooked meals. The meal kit pioneer, which employs roughly 230 staff, was granted creditor protection by a Quebec court this week, allowing it to restructure under the company's Creditors Arrangement Act. While the company explores a sale or fresh investment, kitchens remain open and deliveries continue to arrive on doorsteps across the island. This move safeguards jobs and keeps the local supply chain, from farmers to delivery drivers, alive. Good Food's resilience reflects Montreal's spirit of innovation and community, reminding us that even in tough times, the city finds a way to feed its people. Stay tuned as we explore the new automated test trains heading to the airport on the REM line, right after this break. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes, the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news. The National Bank Open opens today at Montreal's IGA Stadium, with the world's top tennis stars competing through August 13. Crowds are already filling the courts as the first matches begin. CJ Waterhouse hands it over to Carl Dumont at IGA Stadium. Carl Dumont is there. Carl Dumont.
Thanks, CJ Waterhouse. I'm standing on the sun-warmed courts of IGA Stadium, the buzz of the crowd rippling through the open-air arena as the summer heat settles over Côte Saint-Lucian. The red clay glistens after a light spray, and fans in blue and white jerseys shuffle forward clutching programs that list Alexander Zverev, Felix Auger-Aliassime and Ben Shelton among the day's matchups. Vendors hawk fresh pretzels and iced coffee, the scent mingling with the faint smell of fresh paint on the newly renovated stands. The tournament, part of the ATP Masters 1000, runs from August 2 through 13, drawing a record-breaking crowd that fills every row from the front courts to the rooftop bleachers. Young players practice on adjacent courts, eyes fixed on the pros, dreaming of one day hearing their names called out on this very microphone. This week, Montreal becomes a crossroads of global talent and local passion, a reminder that sport can turn a neighborhood into a world stage. Carl Dumont virtually at IGA Stadium. Welcome back. Automated low-speed test trains have started on the REM spur to Montreal Trudeau Airport this week, August 13, 2026, marking progress toward completing the airport branch by the end of 2027. Ramai Gaudreau has the full story.
Automated low-speed trains have started moving along the new REM spur that will eventually carry passengers to Montreal Trudeau Airport. The trial runs began this week, the week of August 13, 2026, and are confined to a short test segment near the airport terminal. Engineers are monitoring performance as the system prepares for full service, slated for completion by the end of 2027. This is the first time driverless vehicles have operated on the airport branch of the citywide REM network, a rapid transit project that already connects downtown Montreal to several suburbs. The tests mark a concrete step toward the final link between downtown and the international airport. Ramai Gaudreau, GMNA News, Montreal.
College de Maisonneuve students can consult an elderly mentor for a symbolic 25 cents, gaining community guidance through a new program in Montreal. Matthew Lachance has the full story.
Students at College de Maisonneuve are gathering in the campus hallway today to meet an elderly mentor who's offering guidance for a symbolic fee of 25 cents. The program pairs each student with a community senior, allowing them to ask personal or career questions in a one-on-one conversation. Participants sit at small tables while the mentor, a retired teacher, shares stories and practical advice, all while a coin is placed on a small dish as a token of appreciation. Organizers say the charge is intended to reinforce the value of listening and to make the exchange feel reciprocal. The initiative runs throughout the semester, inviting any enrolled student to sign up at the college's Student Services office. Matthew Lachance, GMNA News, Maisonneuve.
Thanks, Montreal, for joining us on the lunch break. That look at the new homeless strategy trial in Gatineau highlighted some fresh ideas for our region. We'll be back tomorrow with more stories that matter to you. Stay curious, stay safe, and see you then on the air.